everybody. What was it? I just wanted to say welcome to the last workout of 2024. Just an acknowledgement for everybody who showed up. I know it's a very snowy and cold, gloomy morning, so thank you for being here with me. So we're just going to jump right into it today. Today the workout is going to be a little bit shorter. However, you're still getting the same effects like normally. So if you're with me, you know that I normally do modified exercise in my chair. Otherwise, if you're advanced, you can be standing with me. What we're going to do is we're going to jump right into the warm up, and we're just going to start by doing some just opening of our shoulder blades. So all I want you to do is just go in a counterclockwise motion, and you're just going to take this nice and back. As you do this, make sure that you're opening up your chest, taking deep breaths while you do it. Generally, this is more just like an isometric, like it's to isolate the shoulder, but you can make it more of an upper body where you focus on your breathing, you expand your chest, which is what I want you guys to do today. So just do that until you're nice and loose, and then you're just going to pause for a second, and then we're going to go in a forward motion. So instead of going backwards, we're now just going forwards and just taking deep breaths along the way. Forward, we're going to put our hands out, and then we're going to do our small circles going forward. And you could do this intuitively. It doesn't have to be a specific count. All we're trying to do is just loosen up our upper body right now. And then little by little, progressively, we're just going to make this circle a little bit bigger. So we're going to go from a small to a medium range. And then you're going to open up your shoulder blades as best as you can. Excellent. Do this until it feels good. If it feels like you're pressing yourself a little bit too much, you could just stop. And then just shake it out. All right, and then we're going to go back up now, and instead of going forward, we're going to go backwards now. So we're going to come up. For today's class, I do have a 10-pound weight. If you have a weight in your home, that's wonderful. If you don't, you could always use a 16-ounce water bottle or something relatively close to a 5 or 10-pound weight. If you don't have any weights, don't worry. I will modify the exercise to you. And again, right now, we're just opening up the upper body, taking out deep breaths, and then we're going to come back. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take our left hand, we're going to come over, we're going to make a cross, and we're just going to pull our shoulder. Just basic stretching, nothing too crazy. And you're just going to hold it now for about 10 seconds. You count in your head. Switch. So come over. Excellent. Now we're going to come up, bend that elbow, and we're going to just pull it back. And again, we're going to do this for about 10 seconds. We're not just going to focus on upper body only. I'm going to do some stretches for your hips in a little bit and for your legs. Yeah, just pull gently. And we're going to come up, or we're doing the same thing on the right side now. It'll all make sense too once we get into the upper and lower body portion of it. Today we're going to throw back to 2024 and 2023. We're going to bring back some of that boxing that we've done. And then the weights are going to be just an added bonus. Excellent. So now I'm just going to shift. We're going to get to stretches in a second for the hips. We're going to just focus on the core for just a second so we can get this out the way. What we're going to do now, we're just going to come up. We're going to keep our hands level. We're going to bring our right knee up, and we're going to turn. If you have any balancing issues because of your knee, you can grab the chair. Otherwise, if not, you can hold onto a wall. You turn your body and hold onto a wall, whatever's easiest for you. So again, I'm just going to come up. I'm going to hold it. But you know what? I need the chair for this knee because that's my injured knee. So you're going to come up, and you're going to turn. And what we're doing is we're just going to open up your core. We're going to twist it. And you're going to hold that now for about 10 seconds. When you're ready, you're going to come back to center. And you're going to come down. And now we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side now. So I'm gonna balance on my right leg. We're gonna come up, gonna bring our left leg up, and now we're gonna turn. What this is doing is it's creating a contrast of this twisting motion where your hip is going this way and your abs are going this way. Center, drop it. We're gonna do this one more time. Same exercise. We're gonna come up, we're gonna bring our right leg up, and we're gonna turn and just hold it for a couple seconds. This is gonna help with your core in terms of stability with your knee and balance, and just core stability in general, because you do have to use your abdominal muscles to hold this position. I'm just gonna open you up for the remainder of the exercises. So we're gonna come back to center. Again, now we're gonna do the opposite. We're gonna come up, we're gonna turn, and if you need your base to support you, feel free to grab it. Excellent. Back to center. I'm gonna take my chair off the way. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up our hips just because we do have part of the exercise is gonna be lower body today. So generally what I like to do to open up my lower hips, I normally bring my leg up, and then I normally do this in boxing when I start to rope, especially because I use a lot of my pelvic muscles as well when I kick. So I'm gonna bring my leg up and I'm gonna start to go in this roundabout motion. And you can actually feel what joint you're using. It's a ball and socket joint in your pelvis that you use. It kind of goes like this. Same principle. And now we're gonna do that same motion. All I did was go forward with my my hip joint. All I did was go forward. You're gonna do the same thing on this side, okay? If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can always hit up the chat, or if you need to speak to me, feel free. Otherwise, just keep it going. And also too, if this stretch does not work for you, feel free to just do your own stretches until we get to the main workout today. There's no shame in that. You do what works best for you. All right. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do one more stretch on this side and on this one, same one. We're gonna come up. We're just gonna stand tall and straight. And we're gonna bring our leg up, almost like a fire hydrant for a dog. But you're pretty sure this almost a yoga position. And we're just gonna go one more up and down. And down, very simple. Just to open up this region here, get nice and loose. So we're gonna go up. We're gonna go down. We're gonna go up, down. One more. Up and down. Excellent job, everybody. All right. So now we're gonna get into our little samurai position, which is a big wide stance for anyone who hasn't worked with me. Call it the tree trunk stance because I have tree trunks for life. But also too, gives you a nice base. So what we're gonna do is now I'm gonna reach towards the camera, then I'm gonna come towards you, almost as I'm pulling towards you guys. Almost like we're saying goodbye to 2024. And the more you reach, you're gonna feel that the stretch in your hamstrings, which are back here. And also part of the buttocks. And then we're gonna come down. And I just want you to make sure that you're curving your back. So your back muscle should be going this way. And you're not gonna touch the floor. You're just gonna focus on arching your back. Take a deep breath. And then now what I'm gonna do is, as I'm progressively coming inward now, what I want you to do is just point towards in the direction of your legs that are open. So kind of just what I'm doing now. We're gonna come up, stay in that position, come up, and we're gonna stretch backwards now. If you can't go all the way, that's fine. Go as far as you can without losing your balance. We're gonna do that one more time. So we're gonna come down. We're gonna reach inward. Last time we're gonna come up. We're gonna get to our core exercises. Excellent job, everybody. All right. So now what I'm gonna do, just because I'm actually nice and loose now, another reason why I wear a long sleeve is to kind of just give my body a second to warm up. you have anything, if you want to take it off to switch into a tank top or to a cooler tee, feel free. I'm just gonna take this off. Also, for everybody, I know I normally don't go over this, but if you can have water nearby. Take a quick sip. Okay. And now we're gonna do the first exercise for today. So normally I do these weighted. I'm gonna show two versions of this just for anybody who doesn't have weights, so that you're able to do the same exact exercise except one with weights and one without. So the first thing I'm gonna do, and again, it kind of relates to our stretches. We're gonna have one hand in the air. We're gonna have one the alternative hand in next to like our diaphragm or next to our belly, and we're gonna come up and we're just gonna slightly kick. And again, what I want you to focus on when you're doing this, pretend like this is the target, and your knee is almost like an arrow or some type of punch or kick going forward, and this is your target. So the goal of this is to work out your abdominal muscles, but also too to create, again, you're working on that stability, you're working on your balance, and also too, you're working on your focus as well. Because for anyone who has poor balance, this exercise is not as easy. You do have your alternative hand, creating this also alternative force helping you. But for some people, they do kind of struggle with this. From what I've seen, they don't have good balance or if they don't have good posture. So we're gonna take that now 10 times. First, we're gonna start on the right side. That's gonna lead, and we're gonna alternate. And then we're gonna switch and we're gonna start with the left side and alternate. But right now, that's gonna be the first one, and then we'll switch sides after our first 20 are done. Okay? And then I'll show you with the weighted, which is normally what I do. So we're gonna come up now. We're gonna have our target. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna go to 10. 10. Excellent. All right, now we're gonna switch over now. So we're gonna have the opposite hand raised. You're gonna have your right hand to your diaphragm. And again, you're gonna do 10 now, now on the left side now. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. Excellent. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do that same exercise before we get into the weighted portions of it. We're gonna stay just on the right side. So right now we're just gonna isolate the right. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring our right hand up. It's gonna be the same exercise, nothing's changed except we're only gonna be drilling the right side now. So we're gonna do that 10 times. So it's gonna come up. 1, 2, 8, 9, 10. Excellent job. Now we're gonna come up again, opposite side, alternative hand. Now we're gonna focus on the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent job, everybody. All right. Now what I'm gonna do is we're gonna do one more set of just the alternative. So it's gonna be, again, we're gonna go one more side on the right and the left, and then we're gonna be good, and then we're gonna transition into the weighted portion of it. The reason why I do this too is for anybody who doesn't have weights, who doesn't have like a 10 or like a little 5-pounder, if you understand the functionality of what we're doing without the weights, it literally translates to with weights effortlessly. But it also helps you too if you don't have weights, you're gonna be doing the same exercise with us all over again. And what you're doing is you'll be training this region right now. And for anybody who's put on weight, or maybe he's eating too many holiday cookies or too many carbohydrates, now's the best time to at least strengthen your core. Essentially, what today is going to be a cardio-based workout with some weights incorporated, so you start to burn a little more calories. We're just sort of taking our time to get back into the flow of things. All right, so now we're just going to come up, we're going to do the same thing, and we're just going to alternate now. So, and you can pump up the speed if you need to. And if you want, we're going to do 20 actually in total, okay? So 20 on the right side, but we're still going to do alternative. So 1, 2, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, and 20. Are we gonna come up? Left side now, and then after this, I promise we're gonna transition to the weights. All right, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 11, 12, 13, 18, 19, and 20. Excellent job. All right, guys, so now I'm gonna get my 10-pounder. Now, for the 10-pound weight, generally for me, I'm a little bit more advanced. I wouldn't recommend doing maybe a 10-pounder right away because I'm used to handling dumbbells like this. That's not a big problem. If you don't have weights, it's fine. You could follow along and do the same exercise. All repetitiveness is good because you're creating pattern, you're creating motion. And then on top of it too, you're forcing the same muscles and muscle group is what we're essentially going for. The weight only adds another bit of resistance and it makes the exercise harder, which is why I'm doing weights right now. So now that you did everything without the weights, now I'm going to show you what it looks like with the weight. This is a little bit harder just because, again, I have a 10-pound weight above my head. I have to make sure that I have enough strength in my my right arm in order to do it. If you don't have anything, you could use a water bottle. You can grab something that's a 5-pound weight or even a 2-pound weight. And even a 2-pound weight, after you do like 10 reps or 15 reps, you start to feel it in your upper arm and you start to feel it in your core more because of the resistance that you're using with the weight. So same exercise now, except you're going to hold the weight. You're going to come up and you're going to start to feel it a little bit more now because of the weight that you're holding now. And now what I want you to do now with this weight now, obviously safety first. So if you have to put the weight down, put the weight down. What I want you to do is I really want you to really squeeze into your core now. Now, just don't focus on the target, but really when you come up, I want you to squeeze these abdominal muscles. So now we're going to take this 10 times. So 1, 2, 3. Good job. All right, I'm going to put the weight down for just a second, just because that is the 10-pound weight, and it's a little bit heavy to keep above my head. So we're going to wait. I remember when you come back to yourself, one thing I've always implemented is stay in motion. So if you need to walk, you want to do like a little side step, especially when you're coming from one exercise to the other, you don't have to just stop. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the weight back up now on my left hand if you have a weight. Otherwise, again, when you're doing your exercises without one, remember to squeeze your abdominal muscles and really just pay attention to what you're doing, and the focus of what it is just contracting your core. So now I have my weight. Again, it's stable in my hand. We're going to come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent job, everybody. All right, the weight can go to the side for a little bit. We'll get back to that a little bit later in the exercise today. So now what we're going to do is we're going to transition away from core work. At this point, you should feel it in a couple places right now. You should feel it in your core. You haven't worked out your core in a while, and also to your lower body because of the other accessory muscles that you're using. So now what we're going to do is, for anyone who's been with me for a long period of time, we're going to get back into our cardio, into our kickboxing, into our boxing stance. So if you've been with me for a little bit, I'm going to ask you to get into your orthodox stance. For me, that means I'm a righty. So my power hand comes from my right. My lead hand, which is like my pepper hand, is the jab punch. That comes from my left. And the only reason why I have you in the traditional stance is just because we're going to be just going through the motions of just a basic combination. But then what we're going to do is we're going to increase the intensity. And also after each set, we're going to incorporate a new punch, a new kick, or something else. So we're going to get you ready. So if you're an orthodox fighter, meaning you are a right dominant person, you're going to have your right leg back. Your left leg is your lead. Your body's going to be slightly slanted in the direction of your dominant. And for me, you see how my right foot is sort of horizontal. That's what you want. But also too, you want to have a little bit bounce. So what I tell people is that you don't want to be like tabletop, which is what my coach called it. That's not what you want. Someone could just knock you over. What you want is a nice stable position, a nice stance so that you can move without there being an issue. You can pivot. Okay? And for anybody else who is southpaw, which is a left-handed fighter, it's going to be the same thing except reversed. Your right is going to be your lead. Your left is going to be back as your power stance, and you're going to change stance. Okay? All right, so what we're going to do is now we're going to just bring our right aside close to our face just to protect our face. And we're going to start with the basic jab. So we're going to come up. We're going to, again, this is the pretty box. You want to protect your face at all times. So again, which some fighters you see them fight like this, that's wrong because you can get hit and hurt yourself. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna keep it close enough where we can move, where we have mobility, but not close enough where in the event that we suffer from impact, that you're not hurting yourself at the same time, just enough to kind of keep your hands up and move them as you see fit. Okay, so with your left hand now, which is your one, you're just gonna do a basic jab, which you're gonna come out and bring it back. Out and bring it back. You can take a step forward as you do this. For me, for these purposes, I'm gonna be a little more stationary because again, I'm limited on camera space. But we're gonna take the jab and we're gonna go out one, 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 one. And what I want you to do when you throw out your jab, I want that punch to come out straight, and then I'm gonna bring it right back like a slingshot. And then we're gonna take this now. We're gonna start over. We're gonna take this 10 times. We're gonna go from 1 to 10 now. Go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're gonna bring it back here. So again, don't come back into like a normal stance where you're standing. You're gonna stay in your fighting stance. So now that you've done 10 punches, you've done 10 jabs specifically with your one. Now we're gonna incorporate the 2 punch, which is your power punch. And I know this is basics for everybody, but this is how the traditional fighters learn. You do footwork, you can do conditioning, and you start with your basic punches. So that's what we're gonna be doing with today. And then we're gonna actually incorporate some alternative stuff with kickboxing with this combo. But now we're just gonna work on our cross punch, which is our 2. So this is your 1, which is your jab. This is your 2. This is your cross. This is your knockout punch, like the Mike Tyson punch. All right, so we're gonna stay in that position, and we're gonna go 2 now. We're gonna do 2, our 2 punch 10 times. They're gonna go 2, 2, 2, and it's the same principle, except with this punch in particular. Now you're incorporating more of your body into it. You see how my back leg turns and my hip turns over because I'm not punching just from my upper body, which is limited to here. What we're doing is, and this is good for anybody to learn if you're ever in a self-defense course or something, when you're going to look to knock somebody out, or you're let's say you're in a tournament, you're not looking to just pepper them with just upper body because again, you're limited in what you could bring to the fight. So what we're gonna do now is when you throw that punch, I want you to throw your body behind it now. So you're gonna be coming from all the way up here, and we're gonna fire now. All right. Now, for these purposes too, don't overdo it because again, you have 10 punches to get through. But what I want you to get into the habit of is just putting your body behind your punches. Put almost like a dancer, put your body behind your motion. Don't just limit yourself to up here because that's not how you win. You win with all of your bodies incorporated. So again, fighting stance. 2, 2, take it 10 times. 2, 5, 1 more. 1 more. Excellent. Now stay in your stance. Now what we're gonna do is now that you have 1, 2, now we're gonna incorporate 1 more punch. Now we're gonna do the hook punch, which is the number 3. So again, you're gonna stay in your stance now. And what we're gonna do is, so one thing that my coaches taught me, and he actually uses this for the little kids. He says he likes to use the phrase of Batman's cloak, or what is it, a Mr. America shield. So when you throw your 3 punch, which is your hook, you're gonna come out like Captain America with his shield on. This is traditionally how they use the shields. Like there's this big circular thing around them, and then their knuckles are in parallel, like they're straight. Generally, some people do punch like this. I've seen Muay Thai fighters where their hands are like this when they punch. In this case, when he says Captain America shield, it's because he wants your hands like this, which is on one straight motion to the camera. So it's here versus here. I wouldn't say either way is wrong because in different style of fighting, they're both acceptable. However, for my purposes and from what I've learned, what's been taught to me, we're gonna come up like Batman's shield or Batman's cape, Captain America shield. So just so you remember, we're gonna stay in our stance now. So again, right leg back, your body nice little squatted position. You have mobility, you have balance, and we're gonna just throw the hook. And you see how, for instance, when I throw, again, I'm incorporating all of my body. I'm turning into my punch. So I'm turning into it. I'm not just throwing it from up here. This is wrong if you throw it from up here and you don't incorporate the rest of your body. And I don't use that terminology lightly, and I don't say it often in class, but you're doing it wrong if you don't incorporate your body into it. So we're gonna come up and we're gonna take this 10 times. If you want to use your hand as a reference point, you can. Again, if you're a lefty, again, the principle stays the same with Captain America's shield and your hand coming up to punch, but it's just the hands that switch. So again, get into your position, hand up as your little target. And we're gonna come up and we're gonna take this 10 times. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent job. All right. So now that we have those 3 punches together, what you have is your first combo. So you have a 1, 2, 3 combo. Very simple, very deadly if it's done correctly and if it's done efficiently, which the only way you can do that is by repetition and by practicing it over and over again until it comes out and you don't even see it coming. So that being said, we're gonna get back in our stance real quick. We're gonna take just that second. We're gonna set up. So remember, hands in front of your face, and we're gonna do our first combination. And we're gonna walk through that together. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna go jab, cross, hook. And during this time, as you're doing it, what I want you to focus on too, it's not just also throwing from your body. I want you to keep your abdominal muscles tight right now too. So you are gonna contract by sucking in your stomach. That way you get that resistance here and that core strength. Because a lot of boxing and a lot of mixed martial arts is core strength. Right now I am lacking, so we're gonna do that together as a class. Because again, no trainer's perfect. Even the best ones that are in shape, there's always something we could add to the group and something we can relate to, guys. So we're gonna come up now, and we're gonna do 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. And remember, we're gonna put our bodies into it. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. We're gonna take this 10 times. We're gonna take it nice and slow. So I'm gonna go through each punch with you, and then in our second set, we're gonna amp up the speed a little bit. Okay. So we're gonna start now. This is number 1 from our first time doing it, and then we're gonna take it 10 times. Okay. So we're gonna go. That's 1. Remember, I want you to throw your body into it now. So another good trait too is if you kind of envision like a person in front of you, so that when you punch, you're not just like climbing up and you're not putting your fist out. If someone's actually in front of you, you need your reach to hit them. And again, this is all for partially for self-defense, but also too, we do this in a lot of cardio classes as well. So you're gonna come up, this number 3. So 1, 2, 3. Again, we're gonna go to number 4. Number 5. Back to our stance. 6. We're gonna come back. Number 7. Number 8. Number 9. And the last one. 10. Excellent job. All right, I'm just gonna take a quick sip of water, guys. If you want to take a quick sip of water too for yourself in case you get dry mouth. I mean, it's a little hot down here, so I need it. All right, so now what we're gonna do is now that you've learned your first 3-piece combo, and again, that combo will take you anywhere. That's basic in any mixed martial arts class or any boxing class. The only thing that's gonna change is if you have an instructor come around and correct you, depending on where your hand placement is, how close you are, if he wants the punch straight. You know, again, if you want certain body movement, and also too, the 3, which is your hook, that might change based off what I told you. That it's either going this way or going this way, but that's dependent on the instructor. For me, I'm kind of lax on that because I get different mixed martial art styles. All right. So that being said, now we did our jab cross hook combination. Now I'm going to incorporate a kick into that with you guys. So not only are we going to do a 1, 2, 3, but now we're going to incorporate a front kick. So being that this is the last class of 2024, we're kind of doing like a bit of recycling of the throwbacks early on in the year. So what we're gonna do now is you're gonna get back into your stance. You're gonna go 1, 2, 3. When you come back now, you're gonna use your hands. You're gonna keep them here in this position. You're gonna come up and you're gonna do a front kick at the camera, and you're gonna go back into your stance. All right, I'm gonna do that again. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. We're gonna come up, and then we're gonna do the front kick at the camera, and we're gonna come back. So this takes stability, and this takes core strength, and this also takes keeping your upper body, positioned in this way to keep your balance. And my coach actually tells me that too whenever I'm kicking, to never put my hands down. More so too, because if you have an opponent and you put your hands down when you kick, the opponent could easily come and just start to hit you up top, and now your hands are down and you left yourself open for attack. So again, we're gonna take it again nice and slow. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. We're gonna hold, come up, and kick. This is what we call a basic just front kick. So I'm gonna go through the front kick again. So we're here now. We just did our combination. We're here. So we have our upper body like this, like we're protecting ourselves. We're keeping our hands in front of our face. This is not the traditional boxing. This is more just keeping it here because you're about to incorporate all of your body. So keep your hands in front. You're gonna come up. You're gonna lift your leg up, kind of like when we were doing this, and we're gonna hit outward. So again, you're gonna stabilize yourself on your left leg, depending on what lead dominant you are. You're gonna come up like you're pushing and come back. So very simple. Again, I'm gonna do one more time with the lead front kick, and then I'm gonna come back. So you're gonna come up and keep your hands here, push, and back. All right. All right, everybody. So now what we're gonna do is now we're gonna do the 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna do our front lead kick. Okay. So we're gonna take that nice and slow. We're gonna take that 5 times. We're gonna take a little break for like a second, and then we're gonna do another 5, and then we're gonna switch feet. All right, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, kick. Do that again. So 1, 2, 3, kick. That's 2. This is number 3. 1, 2, 3, kick. We're gonna come up. So 1, 2, 3, kick. All right, 2 more. So 1, 2, 3, kick. 1, 2, 3, kick. Excellent job. All right, guys. So we're gonna take a minute if you need a minute. Otherwise, if not, we're gonna do an additional 5 on the same side. So again, the first part of that combo is not gonna change. We're just gonna do 5 additionally on the right side, and then afterwards we're gonna switch over to your left. So you're actually gonna get to work both sides, which I actually think is pretty awesome. Whenever you learn to fight, or if you ever take a self-defense class, it's so important that I know some people, they always tailor themselves more to the strengthened side or the dominant side, but it's important going into this new year, if you're trying to grow, if you're trying to get out of your comfort zone, to try something different. And if you're in a class, if you're in a self-defense class, don't shy away from your left side or don't shy away from your right, depending on what dominant side that you are, because it's so important to learn from both sides and kind of see how you do things on both sides. But also know that if one side, God forbid, doesn't work, or you hurt you injured yourself, you can come out swinging and know that you could defend yourself on the left side, that you don't have to worry because you learn from both sides. So just advice for later this year. All right, guys, so we're gonna come up. We're gonna do 5 on the right side, and then we're gonna switch over. All right, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, kick. Remember, visualize that person in front of you. 1, 2, 3, kick. Again. Kick. Again. Last one. Excellent job. We're going to come back to stance. Excellent. All right. So now for these purposes, I'm going to stay in my regular stance. I'm not going to switch to southpaw for today. However, I am going to kick with my left leg though. It's important. And I feel it is necessary whenever you learn to fight, do it from both sides. That's how you really know you're a great fighter, so if you can do it from both sides. All right, so now we're gonna get back in that position. Again, the combo stays the same. So again, we're building up on that pattern, and we're building up on getting better with each combination that we do. So we're gonna come up. Again, hands in front of your face. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and kick again. I'm gonna go through it again now with the left because the left is a bit more challenging. Because again, you're doing it from an alternative side, and on top of it, you do have to just make sure that you're stable on one side. So we're gonna come up, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and up and kick. This is actually my weaker side, which is why I'm doing this with you guys. So again, we're gonna just isolate the kick for just a second. So just take the 3-piece combo. We're gonna come up. My weight is on my right side here. My hands are here, protecting my face now. And now I'm gonna come up, kick, and come down. So again, my hands never leave my face. I'm gonna arch my weight now to that back leg for support and for power. I'm gonna come up, kick, and come down. So again, we're gonna come up, kick, and down. So again, same kick. So up, kick out, and come down. And it's actually simple if you visualize someone in front of you where, for instance, where it would hit them. And that's important for you guys to know. Depending on the height of your opponent, depending if your opponent is male or female in terms of sex, in terms of biology, if it's, for instance, if it's a grown man or something, you either hit here or you hit the groin, for instance, if you have a kick where you come up. Or if you have a higher kick like I do, you could hit them in the sternum area or up here. So when we come up, we kick and we go forward, but the point of that kick is to hit them in the chest to kind of surprise them. So majority of the time when you're a fighter, people expect you to come out with your combo and stuff, and then all of a sudden you hit somebody with the front kick and they don't see it coming. Other times you could also aim for the shin, but that's for more advanced classes. That's for another day when we practice high kicks. Today's a very basic class. So we're gonna come back now. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna incorporate all of that combination together. So I'm gonna walk through all 4, and then we're gonna go to 5, and then we're gonna do another 5. So it's gonna be 10 in total. All right, so we're gonna start, and remember, we're gonna keep our hands up, and then we're gonna incorporate that left kick now. All right, so weight back, keep it in front of you. 1, 2, 3. 1. 1, 2, 3. Kick. That's 2. Kick. That's 3. If you have to reset yourself when you come back, like if you're a little off balance, please take a second. I do this in fighting too, whenever I need a moment to reset, get my position back so that I'm not, table turvy or table topsy. I get back into my stance so that I'm ready. I keep my hands in front of my face. That's 4. Number 5. 6. 7. Another thing, it's very slight alteration, but for more advanced fighters, I kind of do it subconsciously. I tell you guys to keep your hands here. Sometimes when my hands come up, if you notice, I'm bringing my hands here to balance myself. This is for more advanced when you're not really thinking about the kick anymore. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, hold it, and come up. That way you still have something in front of you, like a barricade, to keep, outside people out. Again, you don't have to do that, but I just wanted to point out because it's something that I wanted to bring to your awareness that I was doing that I didn't explain. But that's also an alternative option for anyone who has balance issues. You can just hold your hands up here only when you do the kick. All right, so now we're gonna do, I think we're number 5. So we're gonna take it from 5. 1, 2, 3. Now we're gonna on 6. 7. And now we're gonna do 8. For me now, my goal in the last 3 kicks and punches now is to aim a little bit higher, just to kind of get into that visual of a person being in front of me. I don't want to aim so low because it's not realistic for me because I'm already about 5'2", 5'3" on a good day. So we're gonna come up. So we're gonna go. All right, number 8. 2 more. And that's still the same kick. The only difference is that I brought the kick and I elevated higher. Now we're gonna do our last one. So we're gonna go. Excellent job, everybody. Way to get through your first, I don't even know how many hits we've done today. Probably over 20. I don't really keep count in class. Muhammad Ali had a rule. He never started counting until something started hurting him. So not the best way to do it, but you understand the premise of like, we're gonna get that burn and then we'll start counting. All right, so take a water break if you need to for just a second. All right, so excellent. So now we're gonna shift away from the cardio boxing for a little bit. And I'm gonna show you a couple exercises that can be done with and without weights. We're gonna do some squats. We're gonna do some power squats. And simply all that means is just the position, depending on what part of your glute or what part of your lower body you're activating, nothing crazy, not powerlifting, anything like that. But we are going to be doing some lower body exercises now, as I promised, and just kind of recapping what we've done so far. Did a lot of upper body. We started with core. We did our core exercises. We opened up our core, balance, stability. We did abdominal muscle exercises, and in addition, we incorporated cardio into it with the three-piece combo with the jab, cross, and the hook. And then we incorporated an additional kick on both sides. So you should be incredibly proud of yourself. You've already done what majority of like first beginner classes do in mixed martial arts, which is just the basics. A, learning how to defend yourself. B, how to do a jab and a cross, which is what they've spent predominantly like the first couple of classes on. But not only that, you actually learn how to finish with the hook, which is the three punch, which is, what was it, Captain America's shield or Batman's cape. And then now you incorporated how to do a kick in it now as well. All right. So now that we're going to just get away from that, again, if you have any questions at the end or if you want to learn something else, you could have a private conversation with you. If you have any comments, let me know. And now I'm actually going to grab my weight. If you have a water bottle, if you have like canned goods or anything at the house, go grab it now. Just because I actually want to incorporate the weights into this. So this is my little 10-pounder. It's my Iron Man weight over here. So I'm going to bring it right here. At first, I'm going to just placing the weight in front of me just so it's more accessible. First, I'm actually showing the weightless version of this. So what we're going to do now, we're going to just do a basic squat, nothing too crazy. So I'm going to have my feet shoulder width apart now, except now my feet are going to come out like this. So almost like a, not necessarily a little lotus, but they're going to come out like a ballerina. They're going to come out pointed. And what we're going to do, just very basic, I'm going to make sure that my core and my abdominal muscles are contracted, and then my butt that she's out, and that she's also contracted. And then what I like to do, kind of like what I do for my kicks, I kind of like to hold like this. You know, you keep it like here, you keep it here, whatever's easiest for you. And we're just going to come down and do a basic squat and come up. And for these purposes, the chair actually acts as a guide for me in terms of my height of how far I should be going. So if you have a chair next to you or a couch next to you, that'll give you some type of guidance as to how far you should go. Again, always listen to your body. It's important. But we're just going to do a basic squat. We're going to take them 10, and then I'll show you some additional workouts with the weights after. Okay? All right, so we're going to go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. One more. Excellent job. So just basics, right? So that's without the weight. So if you don't have the weight, you can continue to do that for another 10 sets. If you have the weight in front of you, this actually will increase the burn of your exercise that you'll feel a lot more in your lower body. So for that purposes, I'm going to do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come up. Some people generally like to hold the weight like this. I generally do this when I do weighted squats. So again, I'm going to stay in that position now. For anyone without weights, that's perfectly fine. What you're going to do is you're just going to double the repetition or the frequency that you're doing it. So if you're doing 10, I would recommend doing 20. For this set, I'm just going to do 10, and then we're going to alternate. We're going to go back to the other squats without weights. So I know it seems kind of redundant, but again, whenever you're working on an exercise program, again, you're going to be doing the same things over and over again. But hamstrings, quads, your calves, leg press, it's all redundant after a while. That's how you build muscle essentially. So all right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do 10 now. So again, I'm going to hold my weight like this for anyone who has a weight, and then I just have a good grip on it. Again, you see how my legs are out and they're not in that ballerina position to have like stability. And now what I'm going to do is I'm also going to watch my knees because I have an injury on the side. I'm going to listen to my body when I go down. So we're going to do 1. And that same thing. And now when you go up now, there should be a resistance going up now because now I have 10 pounds of weight on me now. So we're going to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. We're going to come up, drop your weight. And now we're going to come back into regular squats. This is without the weight. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come up, we're going to go down. So 1, And trust me, if anyone is using weights today, you're gonna feel a difference when you stop using the weights and when you alternate back to weightless. It does hurt a lot more, so just pace yourself. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent job, everybody. So far we've done 30 just flat squats. I'm gonna do another 2 sets, one with weights and one without, so it's gonna be 50 in total. And I'm just gonna do a quick time check to see where we are. Okay. So we're actually almost done, guys. I know that we said we're gonna end early. We're gonna finish out strong. We have about 9 minutes, so after we do our last 20, we'll start to do our cool down exercises. So thank you everybody for being with me so far. Today was kind of a recap of 2024. Let's get it. All right, let's get your weights, get into that squat position, and go straight down. Ready? Go. So 1, 2, good. 3, nice and slow. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent job. Just gonna come down. Now we're gonna do our last 10. Kind of like, New Year's Eve. All right, so we're gonna do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent job, everybody. All right, so now we're gonna get the weights out of here. All right, so now what we're gonna do, guys, now we're gonna start to do our cool down period. So I want you to just come up with me. We're gonna do a nice little jog in place. Just because what we're trying to do is now we're trying to promote circulation down to that area. For me, it's a little more difficult because I had about 10 pounds on me. But for now, if you continued up until this point, you've done about 50 squats. So be proud of yourself. Majority of people don't even do 10 squats within a day. And this is a beginner workout for me. So pat yourself on the back if you feel it later. I'm sorry. All right, so what we're gonna do now, we're just gonna come up. We're gonna take a nice little jog in place. Kind of how you feel it, just let your body, what we're doing with circulation, we're bringing that blood back to our lower body, just to kind of lessen the soreness. Some people do cardio after they do weight training, which is a big one. Some people do weights right after they do weights, and then they do cardio. I'm not that bad. I try not to do that. But for these purposes today, I will be. You should use a lot of legs muscles. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go drop to the floor. If you can make it to the floor, great. If you can't, if you have any at-home leg exercises in terms of stretches that you want to do now, now's the time to do them in the last full period. So now we're gonna come to the floor. And now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna take a nice, we're gonna do a couple deep breaths, and then we're gonna just do our lower body stretches. So crisscross applesauce, it's the best way of the butterfly. So now you're just gonna close your eyes for a couple minutes. 3 big deep breaths. That's 1. That's 2. 3. So just come back to yourself for just a second. And now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take my left leg. I'm gonna bring her out. And I'm gonna bring my right leg now closer to my body. As far as you can make it, what I'm targeting is the inner region right here. And then I'm also gonna be stretching out the calves because we did a lot of lower body exercises today. So I'm gonna just grab the tip of my foot here and I'm just gonna pull it back. And this is gonna stretch out the calf. You can do this standing. I actually prefer doing it laying down because I think I actually get to that muscle a little bit better than on the wall. I've shown a calf stretch in the past. I wasn't a fan of it, but I actually prefer this position for the calf stretch right under here. And if you pull enough, you'll actually start to feel it in your hamstring. You're just gonna hold that for a couple of seconds. Remember, listen to your body. Excellent. So now we're gonna come up, we're gonna switch sides. So now I'm gonna take the opposite leg. So I'm gonna bring that left leg that was out, we're gonna bring it in. We're gonna do the opposite side out. Please excuse my chair. All right, so you're gonna bring your left leg all the way in, back straight. We're gonna lean over now. We're gonna grab the tip of our right toe and we're just gonna slightly pull. And as I'm pulling, my other body's coming down, so we're opening up this region too. I'm just gonna hold it out for about 10 seconds. Excellent. Okay. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna stay on the ground right now. See how my legs are positioned sort of in this flat formation to the right. We're gonna take my right leg here. We're gonna take the right ankle. We're gonna bring it all the way back. And what this is gonna do is it's gonna focus on your hip region. And also your hamstring, excuse me, not your hamstrings, your quadriceps up top. So all I'm basically doing this left leg like before is coming inward. This leg is the right leg is coming out, and I'm just taking my hand, I'm wrapping it around my ankle, and I'm pulling back. And you see it how it's sort of like in this V formation, it's going backwards like that. And you should feel it in this region here, pointing to my upper glute as well as the hip region over here. And we're just going to hold up for a couple seconds now, and then we're going to switch sides in a minute. I'm going to come around now. We're going to switch sides. So again, my right side is not going to get pulled inward now. This left leg, I'm going to grab from my ankle, and I'm going to bring her back. Also, too, just notice too, I'm actually leaning towards the thigh that I'm pulling on, which is essentially what you want to do. And hold it on for a couple seconds. And now we're going to come up. So nice and slow. Come on. Now, like at the beginning of class, you're going to get into your little tree trunk position. You're going to come down. I want you to focus on your breath work. I just want you to hang for a minute. Please forgive me if your legs and your lower body are sore, because that's what this is stretching up. We're going to come up. We're going to reach towards the camera. Sending you good vibes for 2025, saying goodbye to 2024. And then we're going to come down again. Gonna hold that position for a couple seconds. We're gonna come up. We're gonna reach towards the camera again. Again, I'm sending you a lot of good vibes and positivity going into 2025 and moving behind all of the bad, all the trials and obstacles for a lot of people, a lot of delays. May all those delays be removed now. All right, one more time, guys. We're gonna come down. Hold it for a couple seconds. We're gonna come up one more time. You're gonna stretch towards me. And when you're ready, you come back home to self. And I'm gonna do a quick time check. Good job, everybody. Let's see what we're doing, I think, today. Yeah, so we're actually coming to the end of class. It's 9:59. I just want to congratulate you on coming to all Coach K sessions this year in 2024. This is the last one. I congratulate you on the snowy day for doing an hour workout with me. Big acknowledgement to everyone who got up today to work out with me, but also too just acknowledging when it's hard. I won't lie to you guys, today was a bit of a difficult workout for me to get through. And I think that's important to acknowledge. Some days you wake up and you just don't feel it. Some days are just hard. We come to class and we kind of leave our troubles at the door. That's so important, but also to remind yourself it's just getting through those hard moments when they do come, because they will come, and how you respond to them is so important.